Hello, everyone. It is Janelle Stewart from Parents Making an Investment. And we want to continue part two of I Grow Up. And we talked on February 25th about our kids and how, for the many years, and and how often we've also say to them, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Right? And so, therefore, how we need to rephrase that. And so, if you saw the last seed um, in part one, it was talking about rephrasing um, instead of saying to our children, who do you want to be when you grow up? Saying, what do you want to do? So, we continue that into part two. And it's because, a light turned on in my head because my son came home from school and he was asked in science class um, pretty much how or yeah, what can he do to make a difference? And he really didn't answer. He didn't know how to answer it. And while he was saying this in the car, I was thinking, like, why couldn't he answer that? Like, he knows all the stuff that he wants to do, and he does it right now, and all of that. And so a light turned on in my head, and all this time, for the past 3.5 years, my child has heard me and my husband asking him, and other teachers ask him, what does he want to be when he grew up? So then, therefore, to him right now, when the question is posed to him, what can he do to make a difference? He's thinking, like, well, I don't have to think about that right now. I'm just a kid. I can think about that when I grow up. And so, no. And I think that we have to put a stop on this. And the reason why I say this, because in their mind, because of the wordplay and what they have heard, and what my son has heard for the past 3.5 years, when I grow up. So he doesn't have to think about this because he's not a grown up right now. He doesn't have to really answer to what difference he can make in the world, in society, in his community, because to him he's a child and he's just trying to be a child and just enjoy being a child, right? So, but once again, it's that wordplay that we need to shift. And also, the funny thing is, um, we also have contributed to, and I know me being a parent has contributed to that mentality. And it's because of asking him and saying, when I grow up. And so, what we need to do today is no longer say when I grow up, because what I have to do now is show my children, and what we want to do is show them how they are important now, and their strengths, their gifts, their ability. They don't have to wait till they grow up. They can make a difference in their community now. They can make a difference in the world now. What they have in them now, and what they have it to offer now. And so, therefore, we have to teach them that they can make a difference now, that they can impact lives and people and friends and even teachers now. It does not have to be when they grow up. And so that's what I share with my son. I said to him, I said, you know, you have so many qualities. You're so good at building. You're so good at coding. And he's wanting to put like a computer game together. You don't have to wait till you are older to make a difference in the world. You are making a difference now. You can actually teach other children to code. You can actually put together and build even a box. He can build because he loves to build with blocks and everything. And if I just give him the wood and the tools and what have you, he can create his own garden box. And so we have to show our children ways in using their strength now to make a difference in the world now. He can recycle and start making sure that every day that, he's throwing stuff away, that he's recycling. That's making a difference in his world. The less stuff that goes in landfill that can be recycled, the better the soil is, the healthier it is for the food that we eat to grow in that soil and everything. So we can show our children that they can make a difference now. It doesn't have to be when they grow up. I know that God did not create us now for us to wait till we get older to make a difference. It's because he saw in his plan and his purpose and his will that we can be a part of it. And that doesn't mean when we get older. It doesn't mean that for our children. It means right now. And so we need to do that shift, that mindset in our minds, and help our children to shift their minds as well, that they are valuable now. They are worth now. They have worth. They have value now. And start helping them to see that the strength that they have, the gift that they have, they can impart it to the world now and help to make a difference in the world now. And it doesn't matter how small it is, because I think sometimes even as children, they think like, what can I do? How does what I do impact and make a difference? It does. It does. And I show my children how what they are doing has made a difference. It has made a difference even for the place where we worship. And what they have done has pretty much encouraged other children to stand up and to do the same thing and to be confident and knowing that they can stand too. And so therefore, this is why I'm saying it to us all as parents today. When I grow up, it's now. It's now. They are created for right now. They're created for this time, for this era, for this century, for this moment. And so let us remind them that who they are is enough. And then also the gifts and the strengths and what they possess and their abilities is for now. So pass it on to someone and help them to develop it by taking the steps that we need to do and help them so that way they can help others and that way they can become confident and know that they're important to society. They're important to their world and they make a difference. Being here, they make a difference. And so therefore, won't you come along with me and tell our kids that no longer will we say when I grow up. What do you want to do now? Be who you are and be comfortable in that and be okay in that. And then see your strengths. No longer will you see them as weaknesses, but see them as strengths. And move in that and share it. By you multiplying it is by you let me rephrase that, sorry. By you sharing it, that's how you multiply it. And so share what you know with somebody else. Teach them what you know so that therefore they can see how they can make a difference. And also to see that what you have, there's greatness in you as a child. And you have so much to offer to this world. And so, yes, they should be able to, after this post and you share it with them, they should be able to then be able to answer the questions that teachers ask. What difference can they make in their world? And if your child is able to ask that question already, great. And let them know. Tell them to tell other kids that they can make a difference. So it's wonderful if your child can answer that question. And it's wonderful if your child is okay with who they are and they know what they want to be or want to do when they grow up. Let me rephrase that. But let's not just stop there, but encourage them to encourage someone else, another child that might not have that exposure, that might not have those words being spoken to them on a daily basis in their home. And so, therefore, your child can make a difference in the life of another child. One step at a time. That's all it takes. And so, let's do that today for our children tomorrow, and just going on forward, no longer asking them when they grow up, but doing it today, doing it now, and seeing how important you are in your world, in your society, in your community, in your home, among your family. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to share and to like this video. And then also, you can also subscribe at Janelle Stewart at Parents Making an Investment. And come on over and join me on this journey of parents making an investment today for our children tomorrow. And stay tuned for my Academy course that I'll be teaching, a live course that I'll be teaching. And so therefore you can make a difference and create the foundation into your children's lives.